everyone, so this is my review of Gotham, Season 3, Episode 12, called Ghosts. And basically what this episode's about is that Carmine Falcone places a hit on Gordon once he discovers that Gordon was the one who shot Mario. And while that's going on, Gordon discovers a follower of Jerome who is planning on trying to bring Jerome back to life. And Penguin starts to spiral out of control just shortly before his biggest interview of his mayoral career. And Selina and Bruce sort of have to deal with Selina's mother's return to Gotham. And this was a very interesting episode that was a little hard to follow at moments and just really kind of jumped around in stories, which I didn't really care for. I did really like the beginning of this episode with Leslie pretty much hating Gordon, and she making the comments about the fact that he shot Mario and that basically everything in her life since meeting Gordon has gone terribly wrong and he's basically the one ruining her life over and over again. And that I found really kind of cool because of the fact that it is true. And I didn't really care for the fact of Falcone's hit on Gordon because I understood it from the fact of him wanting to get revenge on his son's death. That I understood, but the fact that he wouldn't do it unless Leslie wanted him to do it as well, I found a little far-fetched and hard to believe. And the fact that the instant Leslie changed her mind that he canceled the hit and how easily that all went down seemed so far-fetched to me, and I didn't care for it because of that. And I really loved the moment when it did show the whole Jerome cult all together and how creepy they managed to make it sort of feel as they're watching the film from when Jerome took over the police station, and all that, that underlying creepy feel. I love that they managed to kind of do that, and just the whole moment there where it was just this secret cult that the police department didn't know about until they stumbled in on it was really, really cool. And I love the moment with the hit going out on Gordon and Zaz being the main one sort of in charge of it. I loved having Zaz there sort of complimenting Gordon for all his work and all his job of gun work and shooting and killing and all that stuff. So those compliments, as well as Zaz trying to basically kill Gordon at the same time, that I found kind of fun that they had in there. The main thing that I brought up at the beginning of this that I didn't care for was the fact that there were basically 4 main stories trying to go on all at once that really didn't connect to each other much at all. And that made it really kind of hard to watch because they were constantly jumping around from different stories. And it just was really hard to follow because of that. But there was one that was kind of the main story out of all of them, which was the parts with Penguin, which were really kind of cool to see Penguin slowly losing his mind as different things keep happening. And then it's especially cool when at the end of this episode it's revealed that Enigma was behind all of it and it wasn't just something in Penguin's head. It was actually happening because Enigma. And I really like that Enigma has this whole plan to slowly sort of almost torture Penguin and then finally relieve him with death. That I find really, really cool, and I kind of can't wait to see how that might all play out and what's eventually going to happen to stop it, because they can't kill Penguin. And then the moments with Bruce and Selina were really kind of cool with how they did this whole idea of Selina's mother, and having almost this whole apple doesn't fall far from the tree mentality around Selina and her mother. But it was also interesting to see that sort of disconnect between them because of the fact of why they don't like each other. And I really love that they did just sort of small mention this Court of Owls statue sort of figurine that they stole in the last episode. That it was just in there for a minimal amount of time. And that they did have this very quick sort of shot to it that revealed the secrets behind it, which I'm super excited to see what that map that was revealed actually leads to, and seeing how they eventually figure out that the map is there, and hopefully that they do figure it out and not the figurine stole from them or something like that. I really hope that they do eventually see that map and go on the journey to figure out what it has, because I find that to kind of be a cool story that I want to see play out. And then the ending of this episode was really cool with the Jerome cult sort of wanting to bring Jerome back to life and like them doing like all these experiments in almost like a Frankenstein sort of mentality. Trying to like test out on all these people to eventually bring Jerome back to life once they figure out like the correct way to do it in a way that it will last. And I kind of can't wait to see how that's all going to work out for the next episode, where he potentially, it is highly rumored and highly shown that he will be back. So I'm super excited for that, and with that, just overall, this was a really entertaining episode that, like I said, was hard to follow because it jumped around so much, but still it leaves me super excited to see what they're going to do in the next episode. So yeah, that's my review of Gotham, Season 3, Episode 12, called Ghosts. So yeah, bye!